Diagnosing drivability DTCs, or Diagnostic Trouble Codes, can be made a lot easier if you take full advantage of all the resources that a modern scan tool has to offer, especially in its generic or global OBD II mode. Stick around and I'll show you what I'm talking about in today's edition of Service Done Right. Service Done Right is brought to you by Snap-on. To check out the entire line of Snap-on diagnostic equipment, visit snapon.com/diagnostics. The informational resources available to technicians today is way better than it used to be, but too often we fail to take full advantage of it. If you take the time to do some homework prior to opening up your toolbox or connecting to the vehicle, you'll find yourself spending less time overall and making fewer mistakes. And that means fewer comebacks. And when it comes to factors that can turn on the check engine light, it's important to understand that the ECM is not just an engine control module, it's an emissions control module. Its number one priority is to make sure that the vehicle emissions levels don't exceed 1.5 times the levels that the vehicle was originally certified to. It also means that any passenger car or light trucks sold in the United States must meet global OBD II certification standards. And that means no matter the nameplate, if the check engine light is on, I should be able to access all the information I need to fix it. I always start by checking the vehicle for stored trouble codes. The Snap-on Zeus Plus I'm using today, like many other scan tools, has the capability to perform a scan of all the modules on the vehicle at the same time, a full system scan, and I encourage you to do so if at all possible. We were all taught early on how important it is to do a visual inspection of the vehicle safety systems. But now, considering that there are 50 to 60 control modules covering everything from the radio to the engine management, shouldn't we consider inspecting those systems as well? One feature of the Snap-on scan tool is the inclusion of generic OBD II as part of that complete scan. So we're going to get the best possible picture of what may be going on. We want to pay attention to not only mode 3, which are the codes that actually turn the check engine light on, but we also want to check for any codes in mode 10, the home for permanent codes. This is an important place to look because the only thing that can turn these codes off is the ECM itself. And in some cases, a well-meaning technician may turn the check engine light off for a customer, but not cure the problem. So when we get the vehicle, we may not see that problem right away, unless we visit mode 10. After I check for codes in these locations, I like to switch over to global OBD II mode in the scan tool, opening the full power of this resource and look at mode 7 or pending codes. This can help identify potential problems and provide clues to the cause of any mode 3 codes that may have been set. I also like to look at the status of the monitors. Monitors are the grouping of the ECM's individual tests by system and can be broken down into two types, continuous and non-continuous. Continuous monitors include the comprehensive component monitor, the misfire monitor, and the fuel monitor. All the rest are grouped as non-continuous monitors. The only time a monitor should go from complete to incomplete is if someone has cleared the codes or disconnected the battery. So if you see all the monitors listing as complete except one or two, you need to ask yourself, is there some type of problem that's preventing this monitor from completing and returning back to its normal complete status? And if your repair is part of that particular monitor, well then your repair has not yet been validated by the ECM. Returning the vehicle to your customer with an incomplete monitor status could result in a comeback and a return of the check engine light. A very useful feature of the Snap-on tool is the Fast Track Intelligent Diagnostics function. If codes are stored, you'll find a lot of useful information here that can make your diagnostic process a lot shorter and a lot more accurate. And the first item I look for using this feature is the TSB report. Are there any related technical service bulletins listed? You'll be surprised at how many drivability concerns are corrected by the need for reprogramming or a new updated component. One of their most known resources is the SureTrack database. This database is very useful in identifying common failures related to the symptom or codes found. But I want you to remember that the database is a diagnostic resource and not a shopping list. Don't automatically start with number one on the list and work your way down until the vehicle is fixed. Instead, test your guess and verify that the repair you're about to make will indeed correct the problem. Additional resources the Zeus Plus brings to the table is the ability of the tool to select code-specific scan tool data, narrowing down the list of PIDs you need to focus on, and a flag function that will automatically highlight select data PIDs that go out of range. Also included are easy to locate and use functional tests and resets, as well as guided component tests that help you take the guesswork out of where to connect and what readings to expect. The whole idea is to collect as much data and information up front as possible so that you can completely understand what tests the ECM is performing and why it failed those tests and turned on the mill light. If you understand this, then you can create your own testing methods to help you not only identify the cause of the problem, but to later verify your repair. Yet another resource offered in Global OBD II mode is Mode 6, where all the individual tests the ECM has performed on the system it manages are kept. Here you can see if a test has passed, failed, or is close to failing. Each test report is laid out the same way with a test value and a minimum and/or maximum parameter. If both are used, think of the parameters as goalposts. The test value should fall near the middle of the range. But if only one is listed, the closer the test value is to that parameter, the closer that test is to failing. The Mode 6 test results are another resource to help you validate your repair by comparing any pre-repair test values to the post-repair test values. And on all CAN vehicles, Mode 6 also lists misfire results, aiding in identifying what cylinder or cylinders you need to concentrate on. Today's modern diagnostic tool provides a lot of resources all aimed at helping you identify the cause and make the correction for the concerns that your customer brings you, especially those that turn on that annoying little check engine light. Use the resources, spend some time up front doing the homework, and you'll find yourself saving a lot of time overall in your diagnostic process and your repairs being a lot more accurate with fewer comebacks. Thanks for watching.